black needs more glue to stick to each other. It's heavier. Yep. I would put glue all around it. Good. You are gonna, don't lay it flat yet, but just kind of see where you're gonna put that. Don't put it too high. Don't put it too low, because if you put it too low, you're not gonna have room for your face. So you kind of want to put it right in that middle area. And your sunglasses will hang off the edge of the paper a little bit, and that is totally fine. Okay? And then once you got it where you want it, then you can like flatten it and make it stick.
Sunglasses on first, because then you can put the face on.
You rip the paper.
You need your sunglasses first in order to make your face good. Okay, when you're ready. Yep, when yours looks like mine, put your eyes on Mrs. Eyes on Mrs. Murphy so I can tell you the next step. Carson, that's fine. Louis, put your sunglasses up and eyes up here. Actually, put those on your desk. Okay, now we're gonna take a pencil first because we have to draw our face first. Now, I would suggest starting and doing like the top of your head. And it might run into the words a little bit. I know mine did. Do you see how mine ran into the words?
Yes.
That's okay. It's going to. They didn't give us much room. So you're just going to take, and your faces, think about your sunglasses. Your face probably starts here, kind of goes up here. And it might run into the sun too, and that's okay.
That's a terrible head.
Okay, so you want to try to make like a rainbow.
My head's not good.
And that's why we have a pencil. So if you need to erase it, like mine is maybe a little off.
Mine's a square.
Okay, you have to make it like a rainbow. Lila, you gotta erase it. You can erase it, fix it. So make it like a rainbow. Or like a upside down U.
Mine have like
Okay? Damn, make it like a rainbow. Good job, Ingrid.
Yay. Sweet. I did it. I only had to erase it one time. Me too. I have to erase it 2 times.
Hey, once you have your head, like the top of your head, which is like your rainbow, now we're gonna finish our head. Now, when I look at the boys' have it pretty easy because you boys have what we call bangs that kind of hang down. And sometimes your bangs stick up because that sometimes is the style. But you guys have it easy because what you guys can just do is draw a line going straight across. Or you could like actually too, sometimes with your crayon, you could do it, your bangs aren't perfect, but you could also do like little like squares going across, okay? So boys, you go ahead and do what you want to do. Girls, if you have bangs, I'm looking across.
I don't. I have long bangs.
There's not
I have
many.
long bangs. Me too. When I put down my, I just flop it down.
Okay, girls, you actually not one girl. Miss Subert and I don't even have bangs either.
I have bangs.
You kind of do, Charlotte, but you
I cut in my hair.
Me too. But your bangs can also be long too. So girls, girls, this is kind of the hard part. Girls, a lot of times you part your bangs. I know if you have it a pony, it's straight back. But if you do your ponies on your face, it's gonna look weird because you're not gonna see any hair. So if I were you girls, I would do kind of how we separate our hair. Just come up here and draw it going over here. And then you're gonna color your hair.
yeah, that was good.
So it's pretty easy. You just have to make like it's called a hairline.
Miss Murphy.
Yeah.
My hair looks like this.
I look like a bald guy.
Miss Murphy. Miss Murphy, can we get our eyes in the sunglasses?
I look like someone like with really, really short
And no turns.
Okay, now, the good part is, we'll color our hair to match our hair in just a little bit. So it'll look better when it's just the white. Now down below, guys, we are going to make
I just burned my head.
our shins down here. So do you see where my head is coming down? I'm just gonna like draw an imaginary line going here, and I'm gonna come, and I might go off the paper a little bit. And that is okay if you go off the paper.
Wait, it's a chain
Okay, and if your head goes off the paper, where mine is gonna go off the paper on this one, actually this one it did not. But I think I put my sunglasses up a little higher, didn't I? You guys can you tell that? On this one they're up just a little higher.
Can we put it up a little higher?
No, you're not
Well,
gonna rip it off.
Yeah, you'd have to rip it off. I would just leave it, Lila. It's fine. And then we can put our noses on.
Oh, you can.
You gotta keep your sunglasses
And
up
then you can put your
somehow.
smile. And as long as we can see your smile way down here, and if your head goes off your paper, it's okay. But make sure you get your nose and your smile.
Mine's not looking good. Gonna do this. Do I have to do a smile? I want to do an emoji face. That's not my style. I'm doing it.
Wyatt.
Miss
Put your little
Murphy.
bun up there.
Can we do emoji face?
Can you do a what?
Emoji face.
I want you to do like this, not emoji.
I look bald.
My nose looks bad.
Okay, so make sure you get your nose on.
I can make that red so it looks like I broke my
Miss Murphy, my nose is bad. I'm the one.
You can do it.
Lila, your hair
Yes, Kaden?
Can I color my hair blue and white?
No, you color the color space.
Okay,
Then, you all should have a black in your pencil box. If you don't, then maybe you can share with a friend. The next thing I want you to do is when you're happy with your drawing and pencil, you are going to take your black crayon and you're going to trace over your pencil lines. And if you run into the sun, you can kind of just not go over the sun, but trace over those pencil lines.
I don't know if I can show it. I don't really mind.
Okay, then you might have to share with friends, so just be patient. Because I don't know if I have any blacks in the back of my extra supplies.
Hey, Carson.
Somebody can share with me. Casey, you want to share?
Carson, you need one?
That'll work. Go ahead.
Miss Murphy, can
I almost actually, it was pretty wide. I almost threw it. It was gonna slip out of my hand. That would be cool if you just.
Or you want it to curve
Let
around.
me see if I can down there, John.
Wait, no, I throw my scissors in the line.
Now my grades are right there, 64. Miss Murphy, I can give John mine. I'm done.
Awesome, thanks.
I can.
All right, so get yours drawn, and then we might have to share.
Wyatt, you reloading?
Yeah. Anyone want my black? Anyone want my black?
Yeah, I would black markers, mine.
I got Miss Murphy.
Got a trace line, can you borrow that?
Halloween. Are you like talking like babies? Yeah. I have a tiny nose.
Kaden.
Miss
Kaden.
Murphy.
Okay, trace all your.
My nose is small. I have to Black cloud. I can't help it.
No, I never said a marker. No. I said you need to share. I don't want markers. Black crayon. Okay, thanks, Jordan. Will you give that to Lewis? Yeah, I don't want markers. These are not for pictures. Okay. Does anyone else need a black crayon?
Nope.
Thanks, Journey. Will you do Brooklyn? And Carla needs one too.
I can share them.
Nice.
That's some more. That's some more beakers.
That's the cutest project.
Back to the other side.
Okay. Now, in a minute, we will color your faces. And when we color your faces, as you can see, Mrs. Murphy's, I colored the hair the color my hair is. My hair is kind of a blonder color, but I did put a little brown in it because it's kind of like a dark blonde.
It's almost a brown.
Almost brown. It is. Now, your faces, you will find, you should have in your crayons, that skin color crayon. Okay, if you don't, we might have to share again with friends. But I don't want you to leave your faces white. If you leave them white, they're going to look really funny. Okay? And pale. Exactly. And pale. Do you guys want to go ahead and color now and then write?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and color now? Find those crayons.
Actually, I might not have.
Miss Murphy, I can't color my hair.
No, I do not have skin color.
I have yours.
I have a square head. My hair's like brown.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
I don't have a dance on.
What do you think I'm trying to do here?
Miss Murphy, this is like a blonde color. Let's say blonde. Miss Murphy, am I blonde? Is kind of like blonde. You're strawberry blonde.
Yeah, Carson, you have like a blonde hair. Same with you, Carson.
I would just do what I did.
I actually white.
I don't know what that is.
I mean, look, that's my yellow and blonde.
Well, I'll line with your sunglasses.
You have like a
Wyatt, also notice, I forgot to mention, when you get done, you can color the outline of the sunglasses. And be careful, because I think I accidentally had the kids color them first last time. So I'm going to see how careful you are coloring them. Because I think we colored them before we cut them out. So sorry about that. But you guys can go carefully. I know you guys can do it.
I'm still coloring my hair. I haven't started my I colored my hair. I started my square head.
I have like light.
Square head? I have a square
I was
head.
gonna use green glasses, but I ended up picking up blue instead of green.
You need to make your hair.
Let's do blue glasses.
Look at the problem. I don't have this.
And you can color, you have like a nice golden brown. You can use a really, do you have a light tan color?
I have a golden.
You're so golden.
I have a
You have a beautiful complexion.
I have a golden hair. I wish I could hit my neck. Addie, did you take my legs and draw my necklace? Hey! I got my can.
Right.
Tan. It's not a tan.
Oh my god.
It's bronze.
I bet you can borrow from Lewis when I'm this side.
Holy crap.
Look at my I'm
Yeah.
No, you are. He's really tan. Up here is really light. Up down here is really dark. Lewis, let's show Miss Stewart up here. This is weird.
She goes outside one time and it's dark.
I
You look good.
No, because I'm in the sun. I'm in the sun.
I love it.
I go outside for like 10 minutes. I have sun.
I'm not knocking them. Look at you.
I don't get sunburn because I'm the sun.
Libby, you're going, Libby, enough talking. No more talking.
Miss Murphy. I don't get sunburn because I'm the sun. Thank you, John.
Okay, now you get coloring.
Did I color my nose?
Okay.
I'm gonna color Miss Murphy. Can I make holes for my nose?
Make use what?
Can I make holes for my nose?
Or no, you can decide what to do.
Yeah. My cousin has a lot of pickles on her nose.
All right, second graders, I hear some people we're talking and not working, so please be working. Because we want to get these going and done.
I'm done with my hair. Look, I tried not to get mine. They're small though. I'm gonna get really tan. I'm gonna get really tan.
Addie, working and not talking.
What are we gonna do? Look at mine.
I guess you could leave them white if you wanted white sunglasses. Look at those, it's really good. Yours, come on.
I'm making mine teal.
You should make your hair teal.
I'm gonna color these blue and purple like mine.
Kinsley, do you want your stuff back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here. Right in here. Found shit. I don't have a purple. Oh, we need a brand.
I'm done.
Oh, you get it.
It's really sad.
This is what I'm doing for the
Because the sunglasses are hiding them, they're so big.
No, my hair's covered.
Yeah, why are the sunglasses so big?
The sunglasses are so big that they're covering.
They're bigger than a human face.
Yeah. Mine's not
Why?
the course I have. Oh my goodness.
I look all day.
One my little seal
I did. Good.
Look how good it is. You want kind of mine? Miss Murphy, I have the perfect colors to make a sunglasses.
I didn't do my
Of
job.
course you do.
I'm doing my
Yeah, I have
job.
like 60. Miss Murphy,
I'm different. I'm changing colors.
I literally just
Different colors.
I really have to.
I got dumb looking sunglasses.
Okay. I'm not when you're done with the sunglasses. I couldn't too far.
We can just, we'll fix
Look
it.
it. Look at my sunglasses.
And your nose is going to look big. Look how big Mrs. Murphy's nose looks. That's just the way the picture is, honey. It'll be just fine. Like that, okay?
Hey Wyatt, there should be a business.
Not Ruth Kagan.
Person, I'm not.
My nose is tiny. I don't know. Oh, your sunglasses look cool. Not on your paper. I picked them out.
Okay, I'm going to give you a couple more
Miss
minutes.
Murphy. Miss Murphy. Gucci's all the way in California. Oh my God.
Why are you talking about Gucci?
Kaden said Gucci.
Libby, if I see you turn around again, you're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to be in during recess during this because we're waiting for you and you're just talking. Wyatt, your desk is over there. Okay, a couple minutes. We're gonna get to the writing portion. Oh, and I forgot. If you're just waiting to, what is one more thing you can color on your page?
The sun.
The sun. I totally forgot about the sun. So color that sun way up there bright yellow.
My head's too big. I'm coloring this. My head is too
That would be a sad.
Good job, Lily.
It's bad. You need more crayons, John.
At least they're better than yours.
That looks awesome, Kinsley. I love it. Super cute.
Riley, look. I hate the nostrils. Let me see. I hate the nostrils. I colored my skin. Look at mine. It doesn't show up.
I'm gonna slap myself across the face.
Okay.
You look like a full hair.
Raylan and Wyatt, no thank you. No talk.
What?
Okay, here we go. Let's get going.
What did I do?
Carla, are you on?
Here is the best.
don't know where the color went. You know
I have
where
red
it went?
hair. You know what I did? You know what I did?
Hey, I cannot have one Hey, Carson,
I was gonna say, I don't know if you can reach it. I don't want you to fall.
Reach what?
Okay, one more minute and we're gonna move on. And if you're not done coloring, you're just gonna pause. We're gonna write and then go back to coloring. Okay, but a lot of us are ready to move on. Wyatt, I have it right up here. Okay, if you're coloring, stop where you're at, and I'll let you finish in just a few minutes, but your friends are ready to move on to the next step, and that's writing on these really cool sunglasses. So, we are all going to start the very first sentence with this summer. Now, as you notice, the sunglasses have lines on them. They're not very big, so we're gonna have to write in our small, nice handwriting. And we're gonna at least put 2 sentences. When I wrote mine, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences I got on mine. So I think if I can do 4, you can at least do 2 or 3, maybe even 4. So let's all start with this summer, and we're gonna write that right up on this very first lens of the sunglass. And we always go left to right. So we're gonna start up here. This summer. And then put a comma because we kind of pause. Because we're going to think about what we're going to write. This summer, I am going to. Now I want you to think, what is something that maybe you know that you're going to do? Or maybe something that you hope to do, or that you really want to do. So think about first, what is something that you know that you're going to do? Maybe it's you're gonna sleep in and not wake up early, because sometimes you have to wake up early on school days. Or maybe you're gonna go to the pool, go to the beach, going fishing, going swimming. Maybe you're gonna go on vacation. Kinsley.
Camping.
I knew you were gonna say that. Camping. Okay. Wyatt. What? You're gonna go up north. Awesome. Aria. Boating.
Yeah,
Journey.
well, I have to do 1, playing water.
Perfect.
Number 2, looking for baby toads in our backyard.
Sounds like fun. Lily. You're acting like you're gonna go racing. Her family loves to go racing. I think you should write that. Charlotte.
I'm going to my neighbor's house and sleeping there. I would love to have
Having a
some
sleepover at your cousin's. Brooklyn.
I'm going to my dad's.
Going to your dad's. Kaden.
Either go fishing or go boating, or another one is I forgot the other one.
That's okay. Lila.
Swimming in my pool.
Swimming in the pool. Riley. Sleepover. Elias.
I might get a horse because my dad said he might get one.
You might get a horse for you.
I don't know.
That's okay. Aria, going camping. Okay, I'll take a couple more and then we'll get ready. Libby,
Going to Tennessee.
going to Tennessee. Kinsley,
Tubing.
going tubing. Kaden,
I remember my last one. Doing backflips off my on stock.
wow. Carson,
I did that in the water. I'm off the dock.
and last one for right now, Addie.
Me and Kid are gonna go to Flying Goose because our families love going to Flying Goose together because they were kids since they were in here and so we're gonna go to Flying Goose and I can't wait because I love going there. We're gonna go to another one and we're going this Thursday.
Okay, now you guys have lots of great ideas. You can put more than one on here as long as you write small and neat. So what Mrs. Murphy wrote is I'm going to, and I just watched mine. I'm going to go,
You have to choose.
I am going to go on, thank you, Ellie.
Like I am
Thank
going
you.
to.
That doesn't make sense, does it? I am going to go, thank you, Ellie, on vacation. That's my first sentence. I'm not done yet. Okay? I'm also gonna go to the beach. I know that. I'm gonna do that this weekend. I am going to the beach. I'm not done yet. I'm gonna do my favorite thing now. Just a second. Oh, we're not there. We're just listening. Lastly, I am gonna go boating. Now, am I done yet? No.
Yeah.
You can.
I could
You
be
could.
at lastly, but I don't want to end it like that because it's kind of boring. Just to say, lastly, I'm going to go boating. This is how I'm going to end it. I can't wait. And I can say, I can't wait for summer. And I probably would have room to say for summer. On this one, I didn't. This one, it just says I can't wait. I must have wrote a little bit bigger. So maybe you should end it like, I can't wait, or I love, maybe you could even say, I love summer. Okay, now here's the deal. There are lots of words that you maybe don't know how to spell. But you're second graders, almost third graders. I want you to sound them out, stretch out the word, do all the sounds, and do your best. You are not perfect spellers because you're only second graders, but do your best sounding them out, okay? All right, when you're done, I want to come look at it, and then I'll collect it. And then if there's time, there should be time, we'll try to get in a Wonder Scoop before we go out to morning break, okay? All right, go ahead and